happy Thursday to you. Acts chapter 20 as we dive into the Word of God together. The Word of God is so rich and so powerful. I'm glad you're studying it each and every day as we read through the New Testament together to hear the voice of God. We're using the word "hear" as an acrostic. So H stands for highlight. And so I highlighted Acts chapter 20, verses 36 through verse number 38. I just had to actually highlight several verses, just really stood out to me. Paul is realizing that he's going to leave a region, a group of people whom he loves and cares for. And in verse 36, it says that he knelt down with them to pray. And they shed many tears in verse number 37 and embraced Paul and he kissed him. And they grieved because Paul said, "Hey, I'm not going to be coming back to you anymore. I'm leaving, but I'm not coming back." The work that God has for him and the persecution he's going to face is going to restrict him from coming back to be with him. This is people that he actually cared about. He loved and cherished. You know, as we build relationships in the Lord, and sometimes God separates those relationships, it's hard. You miss the people. You want to be with the people. And I just wrote down under explain, sometimes our prayer time can be a state of burden because we're lifting up to God. We know the severity or the situation that we're dealing with, and sometimes it's not always easy. And so our prayer time may get intense from time to time. But here's what I wrote under application. Serving together is a joy, but sometimes it's necessary to separate to serve the Lord in another area, and that may be hard. So how do we respond? We can grieve, but we still got to obey God. We can grieve that we're going to miss one another. Some of you right now, you listen to this, you probably miss someone that you used to serve God with. Maybe they walked away from the Lord, or maybe you had to separate from the place that you were at to go serve God somewhere else. It's hard, it's difficult. I've had to face that in ministry as I build relationships in pastoring, and I've had to move, and it's been hard, it's been difficult. But God is faithful. We're serving Him. We must go wherever He leads, we must go. So be faithful to God, serve Him where you are, love the people around you, and understand the value of simple but strategic obedience.